This is part 5 of our video. Now let's talk about vehicle expenses. SR&ED acknowledges that most business owners have at least one car, and sometimes they use it for business. How often? It depends on the nature of business, type of vehicle, number of vehicles in the family, and so on.
Can you tell me what types of expenses are deductible?
As a small business owner, you can deduct a business portion of maintenance and repairs, oil and gas, insurance, parking, tolls, CAA membership, leasing costs, or depreciation.
You just mentioned the business portion. How do I calculate it?
First of all, you should keep an auto log or a logbook for all your business trips. Every business trip should be documented, and records should contain the following information: the date of the trip, the business purpose of the trip, and the number of kilometers driven. Personally, I use Excel to record my business trips. The logbook has 5 columns: the date of the trip, the business purpose of the trip, odometer reading before beginning the trip, odometer reading at the end of your trip, and the 5th and final column will show the total trip mileage. Excel formula would subtract the number in column 3 from the number in column 4. At the end of the year, Excel formula will total your business mileage. So let's say your calculation shows that you drove 7,000 kilometers for business in a year. Also, every January, you should note in the logbook your car's odometer reading at the beginning of the year, and you do the same at the end of the year. Now, if you subtract one from another, you will get the total number of kilometers driven in the year. Let's say that was 12,000 kilometers. And you get the business portion by dividing one number by another. In our example, it is 7,000 divided by 12,000, which is 58.3%. So now you can deduct 58.3% of all car expenses that we mentioned earlier.
What about corporation?
The situation is a bit different in case your business is incorporated and you occasionally use your personal car on company business. You still have to keep all the receipts and the auto log, but in that case you don't have to calculate your business portion percentage. Instead, you can use a flat rate established by SR&ED. For example, the car allowance rates for 2012 for most provinces, including Ontario, are 53 cents per kilometer for the first 5,000 kilometers driven and 47 cents per kilometer driven after that. Using our example, the business mileage was 7,000 kilometers, and therefore the deductible amount is calculated as follows: 5,000 times 53 cents is 2,650. 7,000 minus 5,000 is 2,000, times 47 cents is $940. The total is 2,650 plus 940 is 3,590. So this is the amount you can deduct as your car expenses from your corporate income.
What if the car is owned by corporation?
Normally the corporation can deduct 100% of car expenses, but the situation gets more complicated whether either employees or shareholders partially use that car for their own needs. The personal use of the vehicle is considered a taxable benefit for an employee. The calculation of those taxable benefits is beyond the scope of our conversation. I hope this information was useful. If you have any questions, you can always give me a call at 416-857-7570.